We made it. Okay, guys, we do have some sponsors. One of our sponsors is Nord Games. James, tell us about Nord Games.
Hi, everybody. Nord Games makes awesome...
Such a beautiful voice.
Nord Games makes a lot of awesome supplementary material for your Dungeons & Dragons games that can also be used system agnostically. So check them out. They've got books, they got decks, and with every natural one and chaos agents for now until eternity, we will be doing a giveaway thanks to Nord Games and their lovely products. And this week, we'll be doing a deck of treacherous traps.
Oh my God.
You know you can get your own treacherous traps with tenacious, awesome shit. It's challenger levels from 17 to 20. Whoa.
Wow.
This one
Traps for 17 to 20?
Traps to 17
That's
to 20.
cool.
Anyone else want to ask me if it's traps 17 to 20?
That's
Is it?
insane.
It's traps 17 to 20. It would kill this party 5 times over with how much damage it could do. So,
This Monday.
really getting into my 1990s cartoon commercials. If you want to win this deck, stick around till the break and we will be giving it away then, along with a deck of inspiration levels 1 through 4. So you can get your bottom end and your top end.
That's right.
Nothing in the middle. We got the breads. We'll get the sandwich later. But if you want your slices of bread of treacherous traps and a deck of inspiration, stick around. We'll be doing those giveaways at the break.
2 of them. That's exciting.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if I grab that when you guys hit level 17 to 20.
You need to win the deck now.
You will wait until we reach that.
It's going to be fun. Or we'll do a one-shot and have fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Time jump.
Yeah. Well, you know, not a lot of people get to make it all the way to level 20 in Dungeons and Dragons, you know, because groups split up. It takes a long time to do it. You know, everyone's got to be available to meet and all that stuff. So after a couple of years, you might get there, you might not. So a one-shot is a great way to just have a level 20 or a level 19, whatever it is, one-shot where you guys get to come in and just use a fully realized god character.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Witness me.
So if you guys win that and you're like, I don't think that we're going to get to level 20, don't worry about it. Write a level 21 shot. Yeah.
Or even a level 17 one shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Start your campaign at level 13. I don't know.
Start at 20 and work your way back, you know? Underappreciated.
Benjamin Button campaign. You just get
like
worse and worse.
We'll meet
Okay,
in the
guys. Now it's time to get back into the recap. That's right. We're there. So, let's all sit back, get ready, and remember what happened last time on Natural One.
Rachel!
I'm gonna roll.
So I'm looking for my trailer. Okay. Last time on Natural One,
Bada bada.
James Bond.
the party, Boob, we started the session in the midst of I guess we could call it a boob fight. It was a fight in the Stratos Beer Inn and bar. You guys went in there. There were some orcs in there. Some Axiri mercenaries started causing them trouble. You guys stepped in. Matrix, again, as was pointed out in the bits, punched the racist right in the face.
Deservedly.
Deservedly so when they came after you guys in Mayhem. A fight ensued. At the end of that fight, well, let's just say during that fight, if you guys remember, Stratos Beer was up on this kind of like platform stilts and it has this area underneath.
My bad.
Rhea used Entangle, which caused these roots to come up from the ground, up through,
Not the floor.
not the floor,
The ground.
the ground, up through and caused some damage to the floorboards here. It managed to grab 2 of those people, restrain them, and pull them all the way down through the floor into the ground. Right? Ooh. Yeah. Yep.
Feel it.
Sen, during that fight, was having a good old time at the beginning. Very nonchalant, just kind of going here, there, turn around, fire a thing off.
Dog skull, no dog skull.
Dog skull face. That was alter self? What was it? Disguise self?
Disguise self.
Dog skull face. And in the fray, during the fray, it was joined by one mysterious patron at the bar. That's right.
Mysterious.
That's right. You all fought alongside this newcomer, and she fought alongside you, defeating the Aksiri mercenaries. One did get out around all the way. I think they made it. But during the fight, Sen decided to go out and get the guards. The guards came. After Sen was very hysterical, explaining about how these exactly. She explained how these terrible people just started beating up on them, and when the authorities got there and the fight had kind of stopped at that point where they had surrendered, you guys found out that the guards maybe weren't the most upstanding of citizens either. That they absolutely were saying things like, well, maybe you should have been in a different bar, very much victim blaming, saying, maybe this isn't the place for you, you really should go elsewhere. Start asking you guys questions. Came out that Natrix punched first.
Make the t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
Matrix punched first.
But it's Greedo, not even Temer.
I would buy that shirt.
That's amazing.
We need some fan art. Let's go.
Yes.
And the guards came in, separated everyone, saying they were going to figure out what was going on. During this time, the mysterious newcomer went and whispered to one of the guards and name dropped. So, while you guys were sitting there after some time being talked to by the guards, eventually someone tried to make their way into the Stratos beer establishment, and it turned out it was Jenkins, known by Vivi here. He came in, took the guards over to the side, explained the situation, little sleight of hand, explained the situation, and you guys were all allowed to leave. So, there was a lot that went into it, Natrix was showing her wounds, saying, look, I'm all sorts of messed up, right?
They did me way worse than I did them.
Yeah, that's right. This guy's leg is like shredded. He'll walk again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll find a cleric. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Shut
He's
up,
got his
Tamer.
man taking care of him.
Shut up, Tamer.
Sorry. So, you guys were told that you were free to go, but you weren't allowed to stay in that place anymore.
But why?
Yeah, I know, right? However, Jenkins, who had gotten all of you out at Vivi's asking, was leading the way after Vivi suggested that you all go to Happy House. That is where we are going to pick up. Remember, it's been a long day. You've already been in 2 combats today. Yeah. So you guys.
Sorry for a question. Is council meeting, was that in the morning?
Yeah.
And then we immediately went to.
So that was like your morning, or it was like morning to afternoon.
Uh-huh.
And then you guys went to the bar.
Uh-huh.
So now it was the bar fight. So now I would say it's probably between 1 and 1:30.
Jeez.
Wow.
In the afternoon?
No,
That's
in the afternoon.
Oh.
Hella
Yeah.
funny. Okay.
Yeah.
D&D time.
And got in a fight? All right.
This is clearly on the races.
So the sun is
like my
high
20s.
in the summer. Sun is very high. It's kind of beating down, and you guys are on the way to Happily House.
Right, this way. Figured we stretch our legs a little.
Right.
Okay. One, thank you very much appreciated. All of the things, the le fleur and le coin. So where are we going?
Also, what's your name?
Oh, yeah, that popped too.
Just jumped in and helped us. We don't even know
Right.
who you are.
Apologies. I'm Victor Viviana Sterling III. Yes, Victor, not Victoria. Daddy was awfully desperate for a son. Carry on the family name and all, but with my 4 elder sisters before me, when I came along, he became rather resigned to his fate. Thus, I was dubbed his namesake, Victor. Oh, but all my friends call me Vivi. Oh, which you must all, of course, for I'm sure we shall be fast friends.
I make friends quick. I just hope, and I'm saying this in front of everyone, I wonder, this group has had some issues trusting people out of the blue immediately, but you've helped us a great deal in that establishment. I'll be your friend.
Lovely.
Yeah, you see before you what's talking to you is this big, in full plate mail that is kind of got this little subtle hint of a glow to it. It's not a real glow, but you feel when you look at him, he just looks brighter.
Glowing.
And to whom am I speaking? You, sir.
Oh, of course. I am Mayhem Giroux, full name. If you like to abbreviate any which way, I let anybody choose what they call me. Mayhem, or Giroux, or Mayhem Giroux, or Mayhem Giroux.
We all call him Mayhem. You'll get used to that.
I've
Why do they
just
call
heard it for the first time. We could start calling him MJ.
It's a G.
It's a G.
It's a G. I've saved you so many times. You really don't know the last letter? The first letter of my last name?
To be fair, we've never actually seen it written.
That is true.
Did no one here know this?
I think in the entire 2 months of... 2 months? How many months has it been? 2 months of knowing each other?
Oh my god, it's
It's
only
been
2
2
months.
months.
2 months of knowing each other. I think I'm the only person who's written anything down. Like, literally.
I don't
You all know how
I
to
wrote
write,
down
right?
honor in him.
Right? You can
Okay.
draw
With,
and write.
with a vivid picture.
Yes, the very specific and personal details that you wrote
I
about
gave it
us.
to you.
Yes, and we're not going to discuss it openly. It's not a book.
A pleasure, Mr. Giro. And you?
Sen.
Sen. Any family name?
No.
Oh, an air of mystery. I love it. And
You'll
you?
find it to be quite common amongst the remaining two as
Oh.
well.
Okay, and you?
Typically, I'll say my name is Madalena, but since there is a level of trust being developed here, and you probably heard my name before, I'm Natrix.
Ah, yes, I did hear Mr. Giro say that a few times.
do that.
I do get confused. I'm not unaccustomed to lying, Natrix, and I apologize. Shit.
And just Natrix.
Just Natrix.
And you?
I'm Rhea of the Marakute.
Oh, I've heard of Marakute.
Have you?
Well, yes, I'm in my travels, and but any family name for you?
Oh, yes, it's a bit complicated. I actually, well, just Rhea for now.
Just Freya.
Just Rhea.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Though I am feeling rather unfashionable having 3 names. So please just call me Vivi.
I've never met her.
3 names. It's more, and it's different.
And considering you're the third, Victor, then yeah, that's perfect.
Yes.
3 names.
I've never met a lady before.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, there are a few of them up, there. And she points up to, like, the noble circle.
Oh, a lady. Got it. I assumed female, and I was thus confused.
Lady as in she's highborn.
Yes. It did click a minute later. She's very sassy. She's very good at that.
Is that because she was born on a hill?
Well,
Highborn.
in this area, in the
I mean,
Is that why?
In Nathania, yes, literally.
The higher you up on the scale.
Altitude and rank.
This is the first time this terminology has ever made sense. Yes.
Well, right. Happy House isn't quite in the noble circle, but it's still quite comfortable.
Huh. Interesting.
It's an old family house.
Well, we will.
Oh, it's an establishment owned by your family?
Well, specifically by me.
Oh, you own a bar?
Oh, it's not a bar, it's a house.
Oh, and you named it aptly.
Well, I didn't name it. It's been in the family for generations.
The House of Sterling is one of the oldest in Lithuania.
I can see that.
This Hapley House has been in the family for quite some time.
Well, she's fairly young.
Jenkins kind of cuts in there.
Well, she's fairly young.
But he's very old.
Is it oldest family?
Is he like your nanny?
No.
Oh, you seem to have
He's
just.
an old friend of the family.
Ah, I see. Well, either way, we greatly appreciate what just happened back there. We would not. I don't feel we would have made it out cleanly if it weren't for your whispering.
Not at all. I mean, you all have such wonderful skills, and I'd love to hear more about your adventures.
I would like to hear more about you, in fact.
Well, why don't we all get settled in Happy House? Do you all have things?
We can stay in your home?
All I own is on my person.
All of mine was burned away, so
That is not true. You're wearing some of it on your head and your hands.
I was trying to plead with your mother. Like Paul Rand was like, she's got money.
Again, I don't understand.
We tend not to get attached to things.
That's a wonderful philosophy. Yes, Happy House has plenty of rooms. It's quite lonely most of the time, and so we would love company.
We?
Oh, well,
Yes.
I mean, Jenkins resides there. I do have a cook, Madge. She makes the best lamb in Lithuania.
Look. It would be nice to eat something that wasn't roasted over a campfire for a bit.
I do miss flavor in my foods.
My cooking's fine.
I mean,
It's wonderful, it's delightful, but
That's
I mean,
what I
what
thought
we had
you
for
said.
breakfast was very rich, let's be honest. That was a lot of eggs.
There's a lot.
it was. We couldn't stop talking about them, honestly.
I know.
So
I mean, we got to eat it. Have you ever had soft boiled eggs?
Oh my god.
A few times, yes.
Of course she's had soft-boiled eggs. She's noble. I've never even seen an egg.
That is not true. I've seen your journal.
Oh, no.
But I have never made them myself.
Oh. Okay.
That also makes sense with the nobility and all.
Yes, yes.
I mean, no disrespect, of course. It's unknown.
you are
unattended.
very, very well attended to.
So at this point, you guys have kind of you've been walking.
Yeah.
Did you guys take the Grand Ascensor, or did you guys take the
I'm just
other?
following Vivi, so.
Which way? So the Grand Ascensor is the main staircase that runs all the way from the bottom all the way up to the top. And on each side of the city, it kind of bisects down. And on each side of the city, you have different city streets and everything, and it goes up and goes through and goes up to the next one. So there's more than just one entrance, but there's a quick way and a long way.
I think she would have taken the fastest
Okay.
route.
Okay.
I mean, while she wanted to stretch and walk rather than take the carriage, she didn't necessarily need a tour of the city.
Yeah. So you guys go from the residential area that you're going up to the merchant district now. So you go up the Grand Ascensor over to the merchant district and make your way through and eventually come to a beautiful manor. The merchant district has homes in it. It's not just merchants, but it's mainly where they have a lot of their operations and the stuff, and also big family homes are up there as well.
The Sterlings are actually new nobility, relatively new. Grandfather was the one who had a title bestowed on him, and so before that we were just a merchant family, but quite successful, and we kept the old family manor here in the Merchant District, Happy House.
What you said?
You're
Well, we traded in quite a few supplies, and I mean, we still try to keep the business going.
It is quite respectable to grow to so much. It seems like you own a lot from just selling pleasantries.
Oh, well, Grandfather played a pretty significant role in the unification efforts. That's why I was granted a title.
Oh.
Rhea's just like standing there looking at the manor.
So you have more than one of these?
Well, I don't. This one was left to me. My sister, the Countess of Argent, she, I suppose, owns Fixton Hall.
Oh.
Perhaps we should go inside.
Please excuse our gawking. This is very unusual, I believe, for all of us.
I've never been invited into such a big house.
Yes, and
Yeah, and Vivi gives like a little curious look at that.
Oh, you know.
But not worried. She's like really intrigued. Yeah.
I've never had a house.
You guys, you head up, you go through the main kind of gate area, head up through the yard over to the main house. This big door there, not too crazy. It's not a crazy like up in the palace or in the nobles that you would see, but it is a good home.
I can touch the door frame
Yes.
if I jump.
Yeah, for sure. It's yes. Jump real high. And you guys go in there, and Jenkins goes ahead and opens the door for Vivi.
All right, Jenkins, did we send word to have some rooms prepared, or do we need to?
Unfortunately, I think we're going to have some. Don't worry, it will be taken care of course.
Thank you. Perhaps we could have some refreshment in this room, and she'll kind of lead them to just the main parlor.
Yeah, so you guys go into the main hall, and you'll notice, unless you have a very specific idea of how this is set up, yeah. So you'll notice there's the main hall, and then a stairway that kind of goes up to a second floor and back and around, and you have a number of rooms that kind of jut off from the top area. And then down in that main hall, you kind of move over to the left through another hall, a hallway, if you will, this kind of way. And then you see one main kind of lounge area in there, where she
A
takes.
sitting room.
How many rooms are in this place?
I think I've lost count, actually. We don't use most of them. It's been a while since we've hosted.
So we could each have our own rooms?
Oh, I assumed you would.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever considered? You don't live here most of the time, right? It is just dear Jensen. Jenkins. Oh dear goodness, Jenkins.
Jenkins is probably like helping you prepare the words.
Jensen.
I do apologize for that.
It's a new form of Jensen's.
I do reside here for the last year. It's been my main residence when I'm not off on a quest. So I suppose I am gone a bit.
Oh.
But when I'm here in Lithania, it's my main residence now.
You adventure quite often then.
Oh, I do.
Really?
I assume you all do as well.
Feels like we've been through a lot. I mean, I personally have just signed up to help people in need, and now it's become so much more than that. But yeah, we quest. We quest here and there.
Don't get
over
them
there,
started.
a little over here, somewhere there.
I was nomadic with the Markute and then have been having my own adventures for a couple of years since then.
Delightful.
But, oh my god, she's gonna have a moment like looking around like she just forgot something and go, oh my god, we have to tell Ted.
Ted?
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's going to be so sad.
He's gonna go to that bar.
And they might not like him because he's associated with us.
We
No, they may not be safe, for being honest about that.
Cut to, yeah, my friends, it's a dragonborn named Mayhem. He's really big. He's got this armor on.
Yeah, I'm betting safe.
I mean, we could send a message. Do you know where this Ted is?
We told him to meet us there at the bar.
He said he's based here, right? His home
Oh
office?
yes, his home office. I mean, that's Ted Tedison and Associates.
Tedison and Associates? Well, they
Yes.
do the accounting for my family.
Oh dear goodness.
Ah,
Really?
well, perfect. You know, Ted has been with us for these 2 months, and
Mr. Tedison.
That's wonderful.
I don't know him myself, but I've seen him at Vixen Hall so many times. We could send a message to his office, or...
yes, that would be great. So that way he can find his way here. Are we staying here? Or?
Oh, please do, please.
I mean,
After tonight, she is the only person I trust right now.
well, and especially
Today.
if Ted thinks she's all right.
She looks like very enthusiastically nodding.
As Ted is very much not there at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone looks around and Vivi's there like, uh-huh.
So Vivi's gonna ring a bell, so that she can send a note to be sent off to the office to let Mr. Tedison know to come here.
Okay. So, how many servants would you say you employ there?
Not many.
Okay.
She probably had Jenkins is there, the cook, and maybe an underling maid and another page boy or something like that. She has a very thin. I mean, purposely.
Yeah. Okay. Jenkins kind of comes on. Yes, Lady Victor. Is there something you need?
Yes. We need to send a message to, and she has written it out. This needs to go to Tedison and Associates office.
Right away, of course.
Yeah.
We'll make sure it's delivered. Looks around. And the refreshment, perhaps some wine? What would you like?
Bring the bottle.
Oh, I think we've decided.
I'm gonna, behind Natrix, try to make eye contact with Jenkins and For the podcast, I'm holding up 2 fingers, nodding to and pointing to Natrix.
Kind of looks at you, looks at Natrix, looks over at Vivi.
And she just gives a nod.
Of course. And he's off.
What's the lighting situation in this place?
Yeah, I would say that you have some natural light windows here in this parlor. It would be for entertaining. So you have windows, there's curtains there for it. This is on the first floor, so I wouldn't say there's any kind of skylight or anything like that, but you have some big windows there.
Cool.
Yeah, and Vivi will go up, oh, how's temperature? Is there a draft? And she'll start walking towards the fireplace.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I'm a little cold-blooded, but I'm okay.
You don't need to...
Oh, no, cool, it's fine.
Great. And she'll go sit back down.
Okay. So Jenkins comes back with the wine and some glasses, glass for himself as well, and pours it out, pours a bit for himself, and has a little bit of a drink.
So, where are you all off to next?
Were we trying to buy, or not get, we were gifted a house and we were trying to figure out something about that.
Gifted a house?
Kind of gifted, yes, for...
Payment for services rendered.
Right, that part. We've had a very long day. The races were only the end of it. Halfway through it. It's only 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great.
It is.
Good.
So you're staying in Lithania?
For a short time. We were invited to Lithania, and you see her kind of a little sour face at the word invited, to Lithania to help the council with some sort of problem that they were having, and they wanted to enlist our help.
They needed a cleanup crew. To put it blatant.
They're trying to ingratiate themselves by giving us a home.
That we hopefully will survive the trip from and return to.
And can you share details on
We haven't been to the home.
the services to be rendered?
Oh, right. Are we allowed to do that?
I am trusting of most individuals. I'm perfectly fine with.
I mean, I don't particularly care.
I would say that Natrix, you would kind of understand the need for secrecy around this, being a member of the Karambit, and as this mission is kind of being spearheaded by the Karambit, you would understand that keeping it quiet is important.
I don't think we should give you all the details for your own safety at this point in time, but we are on a very important mission.
Oh, well, if the council has asked you, of course.
Yeah, and and Ray's just kind of think for a little bit. Can you tell me more about all of that red grow? You're not a druid. What was all of that?
Oh, yes. Well, I trained as a bard, and actually, that's kind of what I do now. I'm a bit of a freelancer myself. When I talked about going off on quests and adventures, it's not with any one group in particular, just bard for hire, I suppose.
Oh, that is delightful. So you bring music and merriment to people.
Sometimes, but I would say my strength is in my stories and my speech.
Your stories grow red vines?
Well, stories or a little tune on this, and she has like a little small like reed carved pipe, like flute, and she gives like a little play on that. I guess a way of channeling. I mean, I seem similar to what you did with the real vines.
Yeah. I was going to fix that.
Silence.
And just kind of scratch the back of her neck. You just see like this poof of hair go up and down as she like, scratches.
I think it looks better, anyways.
And you can do that consistently? That wasn't like a one time.
I mean, some things I can do consistently, but some things I need to take a bit of a breather before I can do again.
I see. Give me just a moment. And she's gonna like lean over to Natrix. Not subtle at all. Just like, but when we were hired, we did have more people.
That's true.
Could you maybe send one of those things, send a message and see if they might be interested? And she was a huge help and clearly has no issue with Dragonborn or Tiefling.
I do appreciate the level of hospitality you've been giving us. And for...
I'm just talking to you.
Yes.
But wait, how quiet are you actually being?
I'm gonna say it's a excited whisper. So not very.
Like a Homer Simpson whisper, like
The Homer Simpson.
Yeah, even if Vivi can't understand every word, she'll tell by the body language, and she'll pretend and she'll just smile to herself.
While discussing with Natrix, Ray will periodically look over at Vivi and just smile. Like,
I'll say that there's other conversation going on while this is happening. You guys are making conversation, and then Rhea and Natrix are like, and every now and then kind of catch eyes over there to Vivi, and they're just kind of
awkward smile.
You trust her?
I mean, I wouldn't go so. I mean, I'm not going to braid her hair, but she did help a group of strangers for no apparent reason in a bar when a couple of bigots needed a lesson taught to them. She didn't balk
at any of the abilities that any of us had and proved to be quite useful with arguably no gain for herself. In fact, quite a loss based on the size of the bag that was handed to the proprietor.
I would have loved to have felt that bag. See how much coin was in it.
We are short one person.
You're right.
It might be worth at least a conversation and see if we can fill her in, at least on some of the details.
Quick question out of character.
Not allowed. What's that?
You're on your own.
Hearsay.
We were sent on the mission by the council, but would I be able to contact any of my associates and get a way of, like, approval for this, let's say?
You would know of certain areas in Lithania City where you could drop a note in Thieves' Cant, and that would make it where it needs to go to inform whoever it is you needed that note to get to.
Okay.
So there is a system within especially within Lithania City, because this is the main
That's what I was
operating realm of the Karambit. So you definitely would have a system to do that.
Okay. I will get in touch with my people. And if they see that this is a fitting situation for what we're doing, I think it might be the right call.
That's wonderful. We should definitely talk to the others about it, I think.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with a passive perception of 18, I can hear this.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
I'm not being super quiet, so if anyone wants to
And meanwhile,
see if they've heard me.
Vivi with mayhem. The Marlin was howling?
Evidently, we were told many times, this long. This
That was just the
even longer,
nose.
possibly.
It was just the nose.
You don't have that anymore,
Yeah.
by the way. I think
I
that was
know,
taken.
it is in
Because
the, if I remember correctly, it's in the basement of Karma, like under the floorboards.
Yeah. Because I imagine that while,
fish smell.
Someone is just like, I can't find it!
while they were whispering, Vivi probably was just like, tell me about where you guys have been. Tell me. I mean, yeah.
It's like institution, then I was stolen by an Oni, and then there was this spot I didn't know, and then they came back and they got me.
While
and there was
Matrix
this
is right our
We'll
way.
definitely say, while you two are having this conversation, in between, Vivi's very interested in your travels and your stories, being a storyteller. So learning about you guys and what you've done and how you ended up here thus far. So we can say that you two are giving her that kind of information.
I just imagine, like, Rhea and Natrix, like, should we talk to her? And they're over here like, he'll tell you everything!
Exactly.
I was born till now, I will tell you.
She's pouring the wine.
Yeah, more wine getting poured.
Okay, geez, we decided to tell her everything. Oh.
Like a still exciting. Oh, we're telling her everything. Okay.
Well, let's ask. Do you tell her about clearly the ship and the Marlin? Do you tell her about the infiltrating shadow incident on the ship?
For me personally, if Nature's just said that wasn't like a part, or that's a part of the trial technically, I didn't bring that up.
Okay.
Because my character motivator is Nature's will kill me.
She will.
So we'll say that you told her then a storm sunk the boat?
I give her the if it starts to get like
Yeah.
I start to fill in with like fantastical bits of like here and there. It's like, and the storm was crazy, and like just enough truth.
So the
it's
Kraken and
Yeah. It was like all of the exciting bits, none of the terrifying bits. Aboleth, because we killed it, I'll throw that in there.
She's gonna. Oh! 19!
Natural 19.
Yeah. And
There's
then,
1 and 2.
No, the one is right.
No.
Oh, the other
I
one?
said 1 or 19.
There it goes.
Oh, it's one or okay.
I'll get it at the
That
break.
one's
I'll get it at the
gone.
break.
Yes.
That was to roll insight, which is +4, so 23 on insight, because I want to see if she could tell where he's making things up.
Deception check. Deception check.
Charisma versus charisma.
19 flat.
19 flat.
But she won't let on if she can tell.
What you get from Sen is that some of it does seem a little exaggerated, but not all of it, right? So this seems like this is probably what happened, but there are exaggerated bits.
A lot of exaggeration and
But can she tell like the covering of his like hesitation parts that he's like trying to cover?
If Sen was trying to cover for Mayhem when Mayhem didn't know exactly what to say about that point, you could sense. Man, that's tough because we didn't role play kind of how you reacted.
Yeah, I think we were pretty accurate about it. Just maybe going like mid-story, like, and the marlin was this large, and the boat. Oh. He can't explain past that part.
And that's when Sen kind of jumps in.
Yeah.
So Sen kind of just flows right in. So yeah, I would say just because of how those characters are, you wouldn't be able to tell if Sen was trying to cover, but you would tell that Sen isn't giving you the full truth.
Okay.
there's withholding, but lots of embellishment too. So it's like, oh.
Fish story or
Now, getting the sense that she's a storyteller, I try and give her the story.
Yeah.
And then there was the wine festival, and then we were fighting, and she beat me because she cheated. I saw she did some healing. And it's okay, it's fine.
who wanted to talk? How exactly
fine.
did that glove fly off of your hand and hit me in the face? How did that happen, Sen?
They didn't tie it properly. It's not my fault. And then rope climbing, and then we're going up, and Karama, and then they were chasing me, and then we got out. I cut my hair. I was Sam for a bit, but there was also Sam who was very girthy.
Beefy.
Beefy, yes, merci. And then there was a part where I got taken, and then they did other things. I think there was like a gorgon, and just like fill it all the way up until here. And that is how we happened.
That's a metal bull.
You have put me through so much stress. I did not even realize. I did not. Yes.
Do you tell her about Onra?
Or
I think I probably wouldn't, but she did mention the book, so if it's brought up, I'll answer those questions.
Okay.
Oh, I
I
avoided
assume
like the
Chop
plague.
Chop did not happen.
No,
in
Chop
that
Chop
story.
is not in this story.
we hung out. He lost his virginity and fell in love. I chopped up his girlfriend.
You know the classic love story.
I chopped her up and hit
that's
her in the
right.
back.
Matrix was definitely there for all of that.
And then after hearing all that, she said, I knew it. Oh, you must be wondering why I just jumped in to help you all at the bar. I mean, yes, hate racist, but also just, I could tell we are kindred spirits. Oh, you see, I long for adventure, and I like to think I have quite the nose for sniffing it out. And seeing you all stand up to those brutes, well, let's just say you are dripping with eau d'aventure.
I am so sorry. I hope I did not
that-
smell. I don't know
I
what
like
that
how it
is.
sounds. Just gonna put it there.
Mayhem and Ray are having the same reaction. Like, where is it dripping?
No, I just,
The armor. I don't know how to clean it.
metaphor and, yeah, okay.
It's la ciel. It's
Oh.
it's
is
a
it?
phrase.
It's a compliment.
Yes.
Oh, well
to
then
have-
thank you.
Oh. Well, this is the first time I've ever been complimented for dripping something.
Aegis is like, not me.
Oh. And Kelly suddenly gets it.
well, right after you said that, I looked straight to camera.
Shoulder.
I'm over here like, what? Oh.
Well,
I mean,
your interest in us is appreciated, and it appears based on these two whispering, they are interested in having you along.
What?
You're not being subtle. I'm going shaman, apparently.
Just.
Wine.
well, this is perfect. I'm between gigs, as it were, and if you do need another crew member.
Well,
What?
the unfortunate thing is we have literally just branded ourselves. We are the band of orphan bastards. So are you either an orphan or a bastard?
Dear,
You can be both. That's okay.
we're all born out of wedlock and have lost all your parents?
One or the other, or both.
Technically,
Well,
I
I'm
have too many parents.
not a bastard, and my mother's still living, so I'm not an orphan, and it's a very specific brand name.
It is.
We went a little more vague, like the infamous troop.
What?
IT.
The infamous troop.
Tits. Tits.
we can't escape fate, unfortunately.
Oh, I like her.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Anybody can be infamous, and you just need more than one person to be a troop.
We literally just branded this morning, so I'm not sure if it.
I
don't know
the
marketing too
business
well.
cards.
We can change it, right?
What is marketing? Can you explain that? Marketing.
Oh, the way we present ourselves, so that way when people see at the current moment Band of Orphan Bastards, they think of us.
Who else would they think of?
Well, if we are not very established and we're just like Band of Orphan Bastards, they're like, who's that? But if we're very well established and we're like Band of Orphan Bastards, they're like, ooh. It's like the Marakute, right? That
Yes.
is a name, but it's also a brand. You know that they are nomadic and that you know that they are like you. You know those things. That's the Marakute. And then we are the Band of Orphan Bastards. But we were just the Band of Orphan Bastards this morning, so it might be not too bad.
So we would be like a tribe.
Yes, but it's a tribe everybody knows. Like the Marakute.
Okay. Well, maybe. I mean, I would assume that we would need to discuss any changes made with the Lithanian Council. So maybe
Did
tonight.
they actually log?
I think they did.
Unfortunately, they might have.
The Emperor was quite a fan.
Yes, he did like.
I have heard that. Well, I don't have the best relationship with my mother these days, so in a way, I'm an orphan.
Why don't we just spend the night getting to know each other? We'll discuss everything else in the morning.
Of course, of course.
That way we can go and talk to the council if we need to make any changes, and it gives us a chance to get to know each other.
Yes, yes.
And do not think about this as a trial period. Just think of it as getting to know these new people. But if at the end of the day we don't like you, then you will not be joining us.
Savage.
If it is any consolation, I like you.
That is completely understandable. And she pulls out,
leaves that out.
she pulls out a gold-plated corkscrew to open another bottle.
There it is.
I want to say the whole time, Rhea's just kind of like trying to really stealthily like knock on walls and is like looking under carpets. Like being in a home is very strange, and so she's kind of like, what the heck is this thing? She's trying to do it stealthy. Like leaning on a wall and then like.
Interesting.
When she pulls out the gold-plated corkscrew, my eyes just dart to Natrix.
Natrix has been eyeballing all the expensive shit in here.
Amazing.
She's
Amazing.
been thinking about it. She's been
Like,
thinking
we
about
lock
it.
eyes. Natrix has been looking. I've been pointedly staring at my glass and not trying to look.
Shit. But I think it's stolen in here. It's not gonna be me.
Natrix, you're kind of looking around, kind of glancing,
Chasing the joint.
and then you catch Sen's eyes, just briefly.
I give a dubious little smile, like.
Sen kind of looks over at the corkscrew as it's out, and that's when you kind of see that and smile.
Oh wait, we've communicated in Thieves' Cant before.
Yeah.
How did we do it? Did we do like sign language or?
Yeah,
honey.
you can do either.
Yeah, just like a hand motion down below and just being like, what was I gonna think of? I just don't.
If you run fast enough, you can catch the train of thought.
I'm just like, this is a lot of shit.
And I'm just like, back to you. I know. I've seen. I'm interested.
But we are also funded. Kind of. Do we need more?
Yes, always. I'm a horrible person.
And maybe looking at that crew, how is everyone's health? Like, she's gonna assess everyone's health.
Okay.
Oh, I need
30 out of 54.
Let me see.
30 out of 51.
Fan fucking
What's
So
up?
you look at Mayhem and you see Mayhem is looking a bit tired, a bit bruised. You're out of spell slots, right?
Yeah.
He's looking pretty tired and beat up, but all right. How's Natrix looking?
I'm trying to remember where the button is. There we go.
Everything looks dark.
Everything's dark.
Amazing.
That's a lot of wine.
She's spicy right now. She's spicy.
Like half.
Like half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Natrix is cut up, as we
Yeah.
said. You know, she's not looking
And-
so good.
Yeah, especially how she saw in the fight that she actually went down and helped to revive her, and also that she's a main decision maker.
Glory.
So she's gonna come up to Natrix and just put a hand and say, "That was one incredible fight," and just like as she says that, cast Cure Wounds at. Oh, she's gonna do third level.
Oh.
So 6, 11, 13 plus 4, 7. You're gonna get 17.
Oh, hell yeah.
17 points of healing. So as Vivi comes and where did you put your hand?
Kind of like on. What she sees as the shoulder.
Okay. She looks like she has clothes on, but it's bare. Is what that is. So when you
feel
reach and you
flesh.
touch, you feel flesh.
So it looks like you had a shirt on.
Yes, but I have nothing on.
It is.
I am
what you
naked
think.
on your furniture right now.
No, but she saw. But
She
when
saw her
went-
disappear.
Yeah,
the
so
soap and
come
she'll
back.
put it in her head. She won't say anything, but she'll put it in her head like, oh, right, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So Vivi notices that, says that to you, and when she says it, which was,
That fight was incredible.
you feel warmth kind of with her hand on her shoulder kind of start to emanate from the hand and start to fill you, right? This warmth, and then your cuts start to heal up very quickly, kind of the skin just
Nice.
healing up.
And yeah, and seeing the result of her work, she'll say, I was just glad I was able to play a small part. And she'll just like kind of smile to herself.
Still helped us quite a bit.
I am quite surprised. They did not trust me that early to heal them that instantly. I would have healed her, but I was afraid that she would
I
stab me.
trust no men. That is nothing against you.
Oh, I have been nothing but helpful. You have all lied to me at numerous occasions, and I have... Nothing? Vivi, I could not... You're lovely.
Calm down, Mayhem. And she's gonna hold out her hand and blow and use Druidcraft to make like little petals at him, like confetti, just like. Calm down, Mayhem.
It goes from, you are lovely, to, oh.
Squirrel.
I would say that a couple of you kind of definitely notice that Mayhem all of a sudden get like very frustrated, seemingly out of nowhere. All of a sudden, very frustrated, and then stop himself and pull himself back and say everything's fine.
Interesting.
Ooh, just breathe.
As in looking at the petals that you just threw.
She's like, in seeing that, she's gonna like, and then do it again a little bit more slowly, like, and start a little like petal shower.
Oh, that is the stuff.
As I'm still holding like a glass full of wine untouched. Like, like it's just in my hand.
Shrey's gonna reach over
This is nice.
to the under the cup and just lift it.
No. This would be my first drink. Oh.
Does that for a bit.
Big old dragonborn tongue.
Yeah.
Wait, do the petals just blow in his direction?
It's like a little flurry of petals.
Yeah, and Vivi will cast Prestidigitation to add a little puff of wind to like let them twirl a little.
Okay, so
more.
she blows them in, and you're kind of watching them, and then whoa. And while that's going on, you're going, oh, all of a sudden the wind picks up a little and brings them up. Some of them have gone onto the floor by this time, and it kind of brings them up. They twirl around a little bit.
Very like plastic bag in American Beauty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Overrated movie.
I've never seen it.
It's
I
more
tried.
terrifying with Kevin Spacey being in that role.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, that
Don't
really
need to
was,
watch it.
to be honest. But Chris Cooper is good. Yeah, so.
Anyway.
So the petals go around.
Yeah, with after that.
That is lovely. Oh, we should start an aromatherapy business. We should not be in.
You
Is
guys,
this why you like wine so much?
That's not the only reason.
You'll find out why we like it so much if you just keep drinking it a little bit longer.
I feel a tingle in.
also, Mayhem, in the back of your mind, you remember someone in the aromatherapy business.
We may have the perfect start.
We're not going back to him. I ruined all connections there.
His daughter smelled my hair. It was weird.
No.
Well, I'm probably sure for research purposes.
No.
Correct?
His daughter smelled my hair. Just looking straight at Vivi. No context. Looking to her to like, this is weird, right? Like, back me up.
Would have been unsettling.
He was quite the nice candle maker. He had an inn.
And the bath bombs.
Bath bombs.
Mandatory.
Oh, I can hear him now.
Spicy forest.
But man, did he love Natrix? He may have fallen in love, and unfortunately she had to break his heart, and
Oh. No.
it may have broke his heart and my heart more than it broke Natrix's heart.
What heart?
I fell for. Oh, come on.
Cold as ice.
I want to be looking around this room. Are there any like houseplants in here?
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
So Ray's gonna kind of go over to a couple of them, looking. She's very like small. She's feeling a little uncomfortable in the home, and she kind of like wanders over to one of the plants, and you just see her kind of like stroking a leaf, and then she uses Druidcraft to kind of like help it grow a little bit. It just gets a little bit perkier, and she'll just kind of start like pat it a little bit and be like, okay, and then go on to the next one.
Nice.
Kind of making rounds.
So at this point, you guys are having some wine. We'll say some. Let's say you guys didn't get anything to eat, did you? At the thing.
And Vivi would have asked. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, she knows how to play host.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
If you guys
so-
were hungry, she would have ordered food.
Food has definitely been brought to you guys at this
A
moment.
charcuterie board.
we were too busy serving up justice.
It's true. It's very true. So you guys have that moment with Mayhem. Mayhem, you remember Olin. You guys go off on that tangent. Sorry.
I feel no, that's it. I just feel the heartbreak of Olin. Like you almost see it on my face. Like
That's right.
Olin. Poland.
You guys have questions for Vivi? You guys want to do anything there?
I want to say that Natrix actually doesn't touch any of the food.
Okay.
She's pretty, like, distracted, and she tends to look a little bit like lost in thought. She even puts her wine glass down.
I'll say. Oh, go ahead.
As I'm like nibbling on a cracker, I'm just gonna be like, Bees, can't you okay?
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
How subtle are you being?
Just, I would say pretty subtle. Where I'm just like,
All right, go ahead and sleight of hand.
is that 17? Yeah. 25.
Yeah. So you're very subtle. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand in your response.
Unnatural 20.
Frickin' rogues, man.
Sleight of hand real quick.
That's right. Yeah. I'll say you guys both are very, very subtle with how you're doing it. Kind of regular movements, looking around, saying something, with your hand there, having a conversation with somebody else, and then doing something subtle over here quickly, So it's not like it's a continuous conversation, boom, 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 boom. So you guys are kind of sprinkling it in.
Yeah.
Natrix even opens up a bit and with the thieves' cant basically says, I'm upset.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't clarify, just says, I'm upset.
Yeah, and after like a few moments of like, ha ha ha, you just hear, or like you just see do you want to talk about it?
She gives a definitive yes and like kind of eye glance to the side, like wanna go to another room kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, Vivi, do you know if the rooms are prepared at this moment?
Yeah, and she'll ring the bell to see, or she'll leave the room to go see. Yeah.
You will leave the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vivi gets up and goes to take a look. There are a number of rooms on the top floor which have been prepared. So while Vivi is off, is there anything you guys want to say while she's gone?
Now just continue the conversation and
Pretend everything's normal, all good.
I want to say if Rhea saw Natrix put her wine glass down, she would, that's weird, be aware of that. And I'm gonna say that when Vivi leaves, she's gonna walk over to Natrix and not say anything, but she's just gonna like with eye contact, swoop into a cat. And then do the little cat stretch, and then jump up and sit on Natrix's lap.
So what happens? Rhea sees that, looks, goes, and all of a sudden, this little puffball, curly-haired cat is sitting there in front of you, still with the green eyes, yeah, and black curly fur, and comes up to you, kind of purrs a bit, and kind of headbutts.
Aww.
Knee, headbutt leg.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna jump up on her lap, like, this is mine now. And then just lay.
I stroke the kitty. Just give her little cat scratches.
And then with cat paw, reach over to the glass of wine and just tap, 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 tap.
That's
Tap,
great.
tap, 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 tap.
I'm assuming I get the hint.
Well, yeah, you see that. It starts to move a little more, and you're like, oh, okay. It's going to fall soon. Oh, okay.
Okay. Grabs the wine glass, is mindfully taking sips.
Purrs contentedly.
Vivi, is there anything you're doing up there?
No, she's literally just gonna check. Did Jenkins go to deliver the message?
He is back by now.
Okay. Yeah. And so she'll probably confer with him to make sure.
Yep.
And yeah, she'll come back to let them know the room's ready.
Lady, before that, Lady Vivi, or Lady Victor, excuse me. Lady Victor, there is still the matter of your mother and your grandfather.
Right. Well, I might be going out of town soon. I mean, hopefully I will be, and so perhaps we can let them know I'll see them when I get back.
With these lot.
That's the plan. She'll give him a knowing look.
Just make sure that you are safe. Do you need me to be with you?
I still need to know exactly where they're headed. We'll confer afterwards.
But of course. I managed to get the message out to Tedderson and Associates. Apparently, Mr. Tedderson was not available, or not in at the moment.
Okay.
But they assured me they would find him and get him the message.
Oh, perfect.
How long do you imagine our guests shall be staying?
We're going to give it a night, and then we're going to discuss more in the morning.
Absolutely. Well, if you like anything, of course, let me know. And if you need anything, I am here.
Of course, of course. So we've already sent Madge the message to have a great dinner. We want to be wonderful hosts. And she like gives them like the knowing look again. Like, we want them to be happy here. We want them to think we're useful.
Of course. I shall see it done. So he goes out. You head back down to the room where everyone is.
Well, you all must be exhausted, so the rooms are ready.
Oh, fantastic. I was just about to say I am exhausted. So I'm going to head up, but please continue doing what you all do, and we will be back for dinner?
Yes, yeah, so she'll at least want you guys to, even if you're not ready to go, like want to show you all your each rooms, with the understanding that you can go rest or you can go hang out in the parlor still. So after she kind of shows each person their room, kind of in that hallway space. So why don't we all just rest and we can convene for dinner back down in the parlor. Drinks before dinner.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm still a cat.
You walk down to this cat on Matrix.
When she'll be like, 1, 2, 3. Because she's seen her.
She did see her turn into a tiger.
Oh, well, I know you must be Rhea. You just look so delicious. I could eat you up.
Just look at her and blink.
It's a slow blink, yeah?
Cat, yeah. Big, one of those giant mouth cat yawns.
She gets like big, like, oh, anime eyes.
So what are you guys doing then?
Oh yeah, no, it's just like the moment the room is introduced to myself and Vivi has given the tour to everybody else, I just go in my room and close the door.
Okay. Senna's in her room. Alone. Anybody else? Mayhem, what are you doing?
I'm not in the room yet. I think I'm still at least downstairs enjoying that little bit of that wine. And be like,
Well, I could still talk.
I think I'm still the only one in the room, actually.
Him by himself. A little wine.
You know, well, Vivi would have, if she saw that Mayhem wasn't going to stay in the room, she would have gone there.
Gone down. So
And kept
Vivi
pouring
joins you, pours a little more wine, sits down.
And just asking questions. She wants to hear more stories.
That glass from the beginning is still only like, let's say, like 20% of it's gone. and you still see like a little loopy dragonborn.
She's like, oh, you got a little more room in there.
Oh, thank you. This grape juice is delectable. I've never had anything like it before. Yeah.
I just imagine him with his big old mouth.
Vivi would have. What is the most delicious thing you've ever drank?
Drink? Mm-hmm. Oh, I've had some quite good juices in my time.
Yeah, she'll like secretly cast prestidigitation to make the wine taste a little bit more like juice.
There it is. So she goes over and she just kind of waves a finger around, says something. All of a sudden, your wine kind of shimmers a little bit, and that's it.
Do I guess I pick up that you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh. What?
Very useful little trick when you're out and don't have the most palatable things.
Oh, I have a very weak palate. Oh, that is dangerous. That is good. That is wonderful. Oh, my good. Thank you. See, I will tell you one thing. This group is rather uptight at first when it comes to welcoming anybody who actually means good and well to them. They have shirked me off many a time.
Oh.
But they have
Sorry,
also
they did what to you?
shirked.
Okay.
We all know Natrix wouldn't do that.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. No. And Vivi is like, oh.
Well, thank you. But they, it took a while. But I can see they have hearts too. They are beautiful. I give faith to any human being that I can find the goodness in them. It did not take any time at all to see the goodness in you. But when it came to them, it took a minute. Please do not tell them that. Please do not tell them I said that. But at the same time, they have been very considerate of what I've wanted to accomplish in a mission or on a quest of any kind. They are really comfortable, too comfortable with murdering. Just straight up. I'm sure Natrix would have gone for the throat if I was not in the room. But she went for the leg. And even though that man will never walk again. Oh my God, I should have healed him. Oh no. No, okay. Well, shit. Okay, we'll figure that out.
Images of him unable to walk right with his leg the rest of his life.
Oh, it's gonna heal wrong. I should have stayed. Okay. Well, we're gonna figure that out later. But at the same time, they still have hearts. They still at least didn't murder the man. And that is something. And so the fact that I could not appreciate more that you're letting us in your home. And at the same time, maybe keep a little bit of an eye on them. Just in case. But they are great. They're beautiful souls. Beautiful souls.
Your lawful good character is warning the new guy about everyone else in the party. They're really good, I promise. I promise. But maybe watch your back.
And maybe we'll continue and just like very subtly like just ask more about each person, kind of try to dig into the stories a little bit more. And
is there anyone specific you want to ask about?
Probably Natrix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good luck.
Natrix. She seems to go on her own trek every now and again. She carves her own path, if it were. I cannot control her, nor can I stop her from doing anything that she is planning to do. Let's say that. But at some times, it may work out for the better. I really wish that man didn't have to lose his ability to walk, but she did protect me in that moment, in a way.
And Vivi for a moment actually gets serious. Like, sometimes we do have to make difficult decisions. And then returns to her bubbly smile.
Just, of course, yes. As a paladin of Rao, I follow that avidly. I do not want to take a life. I do not want to hurt a soul. But unfortunately, I am pushed to that point, because this world does not give me many options sometimes. But I've made my peace with it. Save it for a last resort, taking a life, but fight as it were. Fight for the betterment of all. And I relate deeply to what you just said.
That is wonderful. And she's so moved. She is going to put a hand on your shoulder and just say, "A gentle soul indeed." And she'll cast Cure Wounds on you at second level.
Mm-hmm.
She had a little bit more wine. But that's not a deep.
Imagine her like, listen.
You got 6 points of healing back.
That's excellent. I love that.
That reminds me. It's time for constitution checks, everyone.
Yay.
Mayhem has been drinking a little bit.
I said 20% of the glass, but I've also not eaten, and I've never drank before.
And you have a low tolerance.
Exactly. So go ahead and roll it, buddy.
Saving throw?
Yes.
We're about to get honest tonight.
How much is Vivi drinking?
She's not drinking that much.
She's not drinking much.
17.
17. Okay. You're feeling just a little lightheaded and a little tipsy, but you're not feeling like drunk.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. But you're definitely starting to feel a little. You're like, that is what this feels like.
Oh, is that the drink, or did you heal me?
Oh, I think a little bit of both.
Ooh. Delightful.
Natrix, what'd you get?
A good 7.
A good 7. Rhea?
19.
19? Sen?
Post fight, Sen hasn't been drinking it.
Okay, cool. So Sen is fine. You're fine. You've been, well, actually, no, you haven't been. You've been stopping a little bit.
Maybe 2 bottles of rum. Now realizing I should probably stop.
Yeah, you did drink a little rum at the bar, right? Yeah.
And on the way out of the council.
Yeah. So you're definitely feeling it. You're starting to get to the point where you're like, I am angry. You know, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something to Zen.
When we went on the tour, Rhea stayed in cat form and just draped herself over Natrix. And so as Natrix is getting a bit more tipsy, she's kind of like trying to
Little kitty paws kind of like put up on the shoulder.
she's just gonna like turn and like stick a cat nose in her ear and just like you know, like when they're sniffing. Like
Trying to guide me to stand straight.
So you guys, where do you go?
I am gonna head to my room first. But because she's having like some tumultuous thought processes, she's pacing back and forth. She's tapping her foot a lot. She's like, she'll sit on the bed and then get back up, pace back and forth more. She leaves her room and decides to go over to Sen's room. Stops herself. Almost knocks on the door. And decides no. And just busts right in.
Whoa. Did you lock the door, Sen?
No. I closed the door and was like, it'll be a minute before she gets over here. So like Sen is on the bed, just
Called
like trying to like process the past 48 hours because it has been a 48 hours.
Oof.
Felt like 2.5 years.
But yeah, she's taking off her goggles.
crazy?
I'm assuming there's like a small dresser there that she places those on, and she's just kind of like looking up at the ceiling and rubbing her temples. At which point,
Yep. Door opens. How could you get caught? No, that's not what I came in here for. She thinks for a minute and is like, no, it's your fault. And starts to like kind of making you feel at blame for things, even though she's like, nothing happened. She's just trying to like redirect her anger and is like, and this and that. It's incoherent. She's obviously just like trying to like express an emotion, but she has no idea how.
and is Cat Rhea still draped?
I'm assuming yes.
Rhea didn't get off, especially if you're pacing. She's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dripping in a little.
She just when she starts yelling at Sen, Rhea just like cat paw, like as she's going back and forth, Rhea tries to like cat paw on her face, like stop it, stop it.
And seeing that, I will just grab Rhea off.
Rhea, she's gonna skitter and like immediately like onto Sen.
Ouch.
Like right in the
Breathe.
back and shoulder.
She's yelling.
Breathe. And then I will start flicking the head to let go.
You'll hear her.
I will growl back. Just like,
I'm gonna bite your ear.
Oh my god. Make an attack roll.
I was like, oh, I need to see what a cat is, because I don't know what my extras are.
And remember, Sen does have you, right?
I know.
So you're limited by range.
I'm not saying it's a smart move. Oh, plus 0, so 9.
yeah, 9. The mage armor is still up. You just like, ding, bite into. Okay.
And get like some hair and do the cat where they're like.
No, okay. And I see the open door. One last chance. Are you going to keep biting?
Are you holding her up like that?
Yep.
Out of wild shape.
That's awesome.
I just imagine like. Fine, I'll go. And she's gonna like go to walk out of the room and stop for a minute and turn around and like get this shit-eating grin at Sen.
Seeing that, remembering that same face she did just literally about an hour ago, she'd be like, wink.
Rhea's going to like, as she's leaving the room, like literally closing the door, sticks hand through Druidcraft Rain.
Is there, Do you speak Elvish?
Yes.
Do you know that?
Oh no, I don't know if I would, but she is also half elf. So I will just say. What am I gonna say? I will just say that this is going to be a conversation. Yeah, and close it. As it rains, I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, shake water.
Water falling down. Sen says that, closing, shapes it.
Make a little umbrella, Avatar: The Last Airbender style.
It dissipates and goes off.
I would say Rhea's still at the door.
Okay.
She went outside, but she's like, I'm leaving.
Performance check. Performance check.
Oh, good, with my super high
Insight.
charisma. This is gonna go great.
Oh, that's ass. You can do it.
Oh no. Does a 7 do it?
Does it? Does
Got
it?
an 8.
Something about
long
those
day.
footballs didn't sound right.
No, my attention was going to Natrix, and I was like, I breathe, and then I'm ready to just go into the conversation.
Just gonna be a little crude with it. And I'll say, as you're turning to walk around or walk away, and you're going step, step, step a little further, you just let out a little gas. They know you're here.
I'll save you. The floorboards did that.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Fair.
I will get ready for this conversation.
And that's where we will take our break. And we will come back to Rhea and Sen. Natrix. That's the one. All right. To Sen and Natrix. So we will be giving away
A treacherous
stuff.
trap, 17 to 20. This could kill us 4 times over. It gets more powerful every time I say it. So if you enter chaotic at
Chaos.
Hashtag chaos, excuse me, wrong one. Hashtag chaos into the chat. You can win this as well as, from Nord Games, the lovely sponsor, as well as a deck of inspiration created by our very own Thomas Cook. He's off right to the side. So if you enter chaos into the chat right now, hashtag chaos, you have the chance to win both decks. So do that now, and we'll find out who the winner is soon.
Right after the break. Good luck to y'all. We'll see you in a bit.
Climactic piss break.